So, as I was digging through my archives of Sonic Dissected to prepare for a possible re-upload of the whole series here, I happened to run into two files that are basically a test run for the series. Usually I don't make beta versions of my work, but since this was a new format for me at the time, well, I mean, I did make a Final Fantasy DCDF video on a whim first, but before turning this into a full-time project, I wanted some friends' opinion first. So hey, if I'm going to re-upload the whole series on YouTube again, well, we can't start more at the beginning than right here, 2 alpha episodes before the series officially began. These are from the 26th of June 2012. Sadly, I don't have the original design documents anymore, so I'm not sure what my exact plan was at the time, other than that I had vaguely 12 chapters planned. The series derailed before I even completed those, though. We just kept going on. I started Dissected right when Sonic was going into a very stormy direction. But yeah, as far as these alpha versions I'm about to show you are concerned, one is Chapter 4, about the inconsistent personalities of Sonic's friends. And the other is Chapter 2, about the way Sonic Colors does exposition. No idea why Colors exposition came before the friend personalities. Not that it really matters. Friend feedback taught me that I should turn some of these parts into separate videos themselves, so the content got reorganized before the final version anyway. I don't think there's much unique material here. Most of the points were going to show up in the proper Dissecteds eventually anyway, if often in a different order. The big change in these alpha versions is that there weren't going to be actual hosts on this show. It was just going to be a narrator. First version is only me as the narrator, but as I hated how dull I sounded, I asked Luke to be the sole narrator for the second test, until friend feedback convinced me to have us both as active hosts on the show, and the show was born. Obviously, my opinion has shifted considerably since the days I made these videos, so while I still agree with the general sentiment of these videos, current day me would have been considerably more softer on the Heroes Black Knight and Unleashed, since now I know exactly how much worse it can get. The days when those games were my biggest annoyance. Obviously, these Dissecteds were made before I realized how prominent the tone from Sonic Colors and Free Riders were going to be in the next decade, and my mind was still very much in the adventure era. A point I'll repeat later when I start re-uploading all the other episodes. But for now, sit back and cringe at Sonic Dissected before Sonic Dissected. Back when I gave it the amazingly creative name of Sonic Review. Wow.
4. Sonic's friends. New personalities every day. Knuckles. Hey, remember Knuckles' backstory? Like he's protecting Master Emerald or something? How did it go?
As far back as I can remember, I've been living here on this dark island, always guarding the Master Emerald.
Ah, right. So, what are you doing in the plane? Running after Sonic like a stupid mindless puppy? Hey, the Master Emerald. Millions of guys went to steal it. Stupid island will fall down again and whatever. Just go sit in the back seat of that car there. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so Knuckles is one of the main characters in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Adventure and Adventure 2, because the story was partly about the Master Emerald. See, Knuckles is only a main character when the story is about the Master Emerald. He's this Indianish tribe dude devoting his life to protect it and stuff, you know? Usually not the type to endanger his legacy in the entire world to go to a birthday party. But then in Sonic Heroes, Sega's like, just throw him in. And since then Knuckles doesn't really have a purpose. He just sits there, I guess, confused. Can't blame him, I'm confused. Master Emerald? That's just the most powerful artifact of the entire planet that can destroy the world from 2 games before. This new game has a whole new most powerful artifact of the entire planet that can destroy the world. And that's much more shiny and new. And like Amy and Tails, who would like to be Sonic's company, Knuckles' character doesn't work that way. He's the loner warrior. He might join Sonic when there's a great disaster to be stopped, but he'll hardly just hang around just for the heck of it. Considering he doesn't act like a guardian anymore, Sega gave him a new purpose. Oh no, they didn't. Well, sometimes he can talk about old civilizations and stuff, because he's like, he guards emeralds on a barren island with no books or schools or teachers or anything. So obviously he has a vast knowledge of other cultures and their languages and legends. Yeah, in Sonic the movie he was a treasure hunter or something, but that's the movie, not canon with the games. In the games, he's a...
It's a pretty famous ruin among us treasure hunters.
treasure hunter. What?
Among us treasure hunters.
What?
Among us treasure hunters.
He's a treasure hunter? But how did that what? How can he hunt for treasure when he can't leave the island for and what that
I'll probably be on this floating island forever. Guarding the Master Emerald again.
See, Sonic Adventure never said anything about treasure hunting.
We're counting on you, buddy. The world's greatest treasure hunter.
They did? No, wait, Sonic was being sarcastic, making a joke, mocking the fact that Knuckles is constantly looking for Gale's emeralds. For an emerald charge? Knuckles looking for emerald charge is not him being a treasure hunter. That's like if there's a prison warden who recaptures an escaped convict and then calling him a bounty hunter. No, keeping convicts within the prison is part of the warden job, not suddenly an entire new job. Knuckles getting the Master Emerald pieces back is part of his job as Guardian. I don't get him. In fact, I don't understand any of the main characters. So in one game, Amy's a genuine member of Sonic's group of friends. Then in the next game, she's regarded as an annoying civilian. And in the next game, she's treated like a villain. So there's this scene in Sonic Free Riders with Amy and Vector bickering.
Okay, that's enough! I'll have you know our team has only one useless kid on it!
What, me?
And I suppose it's funny, except it's not, because I don't understand what's going on. How did Amy go from this?
Hey you guys, cheer up! You know we'll find them! No time to waste just standing here! Come on, let's get going!
Step aside, Amy. Out of my way.
No! This robot is my friend! He helped me!
To this.
This is all because you were dragging your tail, Vector! Now you'd better talk us out of this mess! Shush, Vector! We already won, you idiot! Why are you making waves now?
Why is he such a bitch to Vector? The game implies it's because she's so insanely obsessed with Sonic that she hates everyone that distracts her from him. But that doesn't make sense. She was never angry at Cream or Big in Sonic Heroes. I don't get it. Tails acts mostly the same in each game. The boring guy explaining things. However, whenever the games try to give him more of a personality, it's always weird and dumb. Okay, so in Sonic Colors, Sonic tells Tails that a theme park is probably an evil plot by Eggman. And then Tails says,
Still, an evil plot? I don't know.
What? Why would he doubt Eggman has an evil plot? In which game didn't Eggman have an evil plot? Well, besides the ones where he wasn't in it, but even when he's not the main villain, he still has an evil plot on the side. It would have made sense if Tails was more fair and said something like,
Shouldn't we give Eggman the benefit of the doubt and wait until we got evidence before acting?
that would make sense. Then Tails would have been careful and fair, which is how his character works. But doubting Eggman would do anything evil at all? That's dumb. And he keeps acting like this.
Absorbed those aliens and got powered up with like some kind of wild energy. And after a few seconds they'd pop out of me.
I find that hard to believe.
What? Why? Seriously, why does Tails constantly act like Agent Scully in this game? This is not the X-Files. If in X-Files someone gets kidnapped by aliens, it looks like this. Then you can still say, maybe the disappeared person just fell out the window or something. But the Sonic universe isn't subtle. If a city is submerged in water, it's not like, nah, someone just left the kitchen sink running probably. No, look, the giant water monster is right there. Boom, right in your face. Don't believe in ghosts? Boom, ghosts. Don't believe in God? Boom, gods. Don't believe in fairy tales? Those bastards will come to life and drag you kicking and screaming into their fairy tale book of terror. Prophecies always seem to come true.
It's just as the Gaia manuscripts foretold!
Seriously, how can anyone be skeptical about anything in this kind of universe? Especially Tails, who's on the front seat of almost every adventure. Ah! And then Blaze the Cat is from the future, and then she's dead, except she came from a different dimension, where she's a princess and Emerald Guardian for generations, and the only way to get out of the dimension is through a scary storm, where you need a bazillion emerald to go through to get out, except then she randomly shows up at Sonic's birthday party, and Eggman Nagas from Blaze Dimension, except he's from the future as Eggman's descendant and wants to kill Eggman, so he goes to Sonic when he's still in his prime instead of when he's young or old. And then he wants to destroy the future and kill himself. And why? I don't get any of these characters. The whole foundation is a mess. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 tried to set him up properly, but ever since Sonic Heroes, everyone suffered brain damage and is all over the place. Eggman wants Eggman Land, which made sense in Adventure 1 and 2 since his normal bases were hidden from society in the jungle and the desert, so I guess his actual city would be a step up. But in modern games, planet-sized theme park and a legal robot corporation and several continent-sized factories. So what the hell is this Eggman Land supposed to be at this point that it's an improvement over a planet-sized theme park? Wait, there's several planets. A solar system-sized theme park. How can one Eggman Land improve on that? It's clearly an example of writers following all the themes without understanding how they worked or why they were there in the first place. The Sonic characters were never all that complex, but now their personalities are even more broken down into core obsessions. So Amy wants Sonic to a date, or just smack him with the hammer, whatever. Chaotix likes money, and Rouge is diamonds and stuff, and Knuckles is Knuckles likes Knuckles' purpose is whatever. The games never really reintroduced the characters, thinking we already know them from the previous games. But I don't. They have a completely new mental disease in each new game. I can't keep up. You need to set up your characters again and again at each new game, otherwise I don't understand the jokes and can't get into the story. Well, or just keep the characters consistent with each game. It takes effort and blah. The Sonic franchise doesn't seem to have a main writer or plan. Every game, especially the sub-games, are written by sub-writers, and there doesn't seem to be a solid character bible. All writers seem more concerned about showing how awesome and hilarious the whatever new character is, than setting the universe properly. Sonic writers are like 5-year-old kids playing with toys.
Look at my new awesome Nunchuk, he's so amazing! He has psychic powers and he likes ice cream!
Sega needs to give them a parent to keep them in check.
No! That's a bad writer! Bad writer! First clean up your old toys, then you can play with the new one.
I know it might sound strange, but hey, people actually seem to care about these characters. Weird, I know. And Sega puts so much effort and money into these amazing looking cutscenes, it just baffles me why the story is constantly all over the place. I don't expect the Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter-esque mega story arc or perfect continuity, but having the characters not constantly switch personality and history in each game would be very much appreciated.
Chapter 2. Colourful Exposition. Are stories in Sonic games universally hated? When is a story good and when is it bad? There's no clear answer to that, but I have one big rule. Storytelling rule number 1. It doesn't guarantee your story will be good, but it certainly helps your story in not sucking. You ready? Here goes. Storytelling rule number 1. Don't waste my effing time! Okay. So Sonic 1's story, there's Sonic the Happy Hedgehog or something, and he destroys robots. Okay, sure. I like destroying robots, so that's cool. Maybe there's some story in the manual, but manuals. Dumb story, but it's not wasting my time. Here's a bunch of robots. Go destroy them. Sure, cool. And then Sonic Adventure. So here's like Tails, and he kinda sucks. Crashes the plane. Has to be saved. Screws up finding the Chaos Emeralds that gets stolen and crashes the plane again. But then he gets tired of sucking, so he mans up and finds new Chaos Emeralds and gets a more badass plane and saves Sonic and kicks some ass and saves the city from a missile attack. Hey, cool, it's like character development and stuff. Things happen. I like that. Things happening. It's a good story. Not great. Kinda simple and predictable. But hey, it's good. There's things. Okay. So now let's look at Sonic colours. So we open with Sonic and Tails walking on Eggman's theme park base thing, talking. And then we get a flashback of how they got in the theme park, with the elevator. What? Why? This is kinda unsettling and ruins the pacing. Why isn't this elevator scene not at the beginning? Alright, we'll be missing a hilarious joke about Tails being sick. So, then Tails has doubts that Eggman is actually evil, so it seems to build up a subplot where Sonic and Tails distrust each other and there might be more behind this mysterious theme park. But then they immediately see Orbot and Cubot capturing aliens. So subplot is immediately cancelled. Why bring this up if you don't do anything with it? You're wasting my time. So Eggman has his laser gun that hypnotizes people. He shoots at Tails and Tails turns against Sonic. "Ooh, this is exciting. Let's see how this..." Oh, the beam wears off and Tails is normal. "Oh, I bet Eggman would use his laser again too." Oh, no, he never does. Why even bring it up? Another cancelled subplot. It's a hypno-ray beam! That's interesting. You introduce it, so I expect a payoff. Like a big climax where all Sonic's friends are turned against him. That sounds cool, but instead it's a normal fight bad guy to stop evil laser beam from being fired. Why dramatically introduce a hypnotized beam if its actual properties are never utilized? Just make it a normal blow-up world laser beam if its only purpose is to be stopped from firing. Stop wasting my time! Hey, you know Back to the Future, right? So there's a scene where Doc Brown explains things about the DeLorean, flux capacitor, gigawatts and speed needed, and exposition. But hey, guess what? It pays off. The flux capacitor? Marty uses it to convince 1955 Doc that he's indeed from the future. The gigawatts and 88 miles per hour are huge parts in the climax. In fact, the whole climax is all about subplots and previous facts clashing together. That's what makes a story satisfying. Things are introduced and then pays off. That makes a good story. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You receive jigsaw pieces on the table and then you fit them together and feel satisfied. But if there's still holes in your puzzle, or there's still jigsaw pieces left after you're finished, it's unsettling. It bothers you. Sonic games always have a problem with this, constantly introducing things that don't pay off. Modern Sonic stories is like watching High School Musical while it's constantly Robocop, the Predator, and a T-Rex standing right off screen. No, I don't want to see him sing. Give me the damn Robocop. Get another song. Where's that T-Rex? Come on. Right. Sorry. Sonic Colors. Right. Hey, you know what would make this story 500 times more cooler? Remember when Tails and Sonic were disagreeing whether Eggman has an evil plan or not? What if there's like some mystery going on, like Amy disappearing in the theme park or whatever, and then solving that mystery altogether with the cute alien, and then Tails is hit by the laser and kind of turns evil, like how Knuckles is in Sonic 3 and Knuckles constantly sabotaging Sonic, and then Sonic has to confront Tails and stuff, and after the subplot with Amy is resolved, only then is the fact that Eggman is evil revealed. Hey, now all the drama and subplot you introduced get a payoff. Now you actually, tell a story. Things happen. Mysteries are solved. Characters are confronted and learn lessons. Stuff! But stuff doesn't happen in the story. They're too busy with other things. Let me explain. Okay, there's one scene in Sonic Colors I actually like. Let's watch.
What is this place? Whoa. This is where he converts them into the strange, negative aliens with the freaky energy.
Oh, there you are. I thought I lost you for a second. Did you find anything interesting? Look at all of them. He's captured thousands of aliens.
Don't worry. We'll get them out.
Sonic, I haven't seen Yacker for a while.
Now this is a powerful scene. There's like emotions. Sonic seeing the horrible machine processing the aliens. It looks unsettling. Tails is worried about their missing friend. Drama, I like it. I really enjoy this scene. When I watch it on its own, however, within the context of the story, this scene really bores me. Why? Well, so when the game starts, we see Eggman's robots capturing those aliens. Okay, Eggman captures aliens. I get it. So then Sonic points out that Eggman captured those aliens and that's bad.
Huh? Okay, seriously? We need to find Eggman and figure out how catching these aliens fits into whatever heinous plan he's hatching.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up. Then we get the scene where Eggman explains that he captured those aliens.
24, 25... not nearly enough aliens!
Right, thanks for officially establishing that capturing aliens is your plan in the game. And then Eggman explains it again.
Precious little aliens! I'll harness their hyper-go-on power.
And then Tails talks to the alien and the alien explains they're captured.
You just hear save them, over and over.
And then the alien says again.
Anyway, he's draining them of their power.
And then Eggman explains he captures aliens.
Soon the mind control weapon will be full of energy I've siphoned from the aliens.
Yeah, I get it. So then it's explained again.
It's a reality. He's using them like some kind of living intergalactic gas.
And then they explain it again.
We know Eggman is going to use the energy he's stealing for a mind control weapon.
And then they explain it again and again and again.
Well, I still can't believe he kidnapped a whole planet.
I get it, I get it, I get it!
This is where he converts them into the strange, negative aliens with the freaky energy.
Yes, Eggman captures aliens for power, and it's not so complicated. Stop explaining! So then finally, we get the Sonic sees the aliens being processed in the machine. It's a good scene, but at this point, all I think of is, yes, I get it, I fucking get it! Aliens being captured. Stop hammering this stuff into my head already! Over exposition, this story would be more powerful, so much more powerful, if all this exposition was gone. What if the alien never communicated? It was just a cute puppy dog like Alien following them, having a fun little adventure. We know nothing about Eggman's plans. It's like a mystery, and then BOOM! Sonic finds the alien processing room and their little alien friend is missing. That's powerful. That's drama. But no! It's explained over and over again. By this point, I no longer care. So, instead of utilising the plot elements introduced, as I explained before, hypnotised Tails, mystery theme park villain, that stuff, instead of that, they explain Eggman's plans lots of times. Yay! Oh, but there's jokes that spice up the story!
Me? I did nothing at all. Unless shooting him with my mind control beam that runs on alien energy counts is doing something to him. Does it?
Yeah, I hate you, Sonic Colors.